Hello there, it's Carrie Rhodes here. Welcome back to the Trinity Stamps YouTube channel. Today I am going to be creating a Trifold Slimline card featuring the Hometown Parade stamp set as well as the Circus Bear stamp set. To create this Trifold card, I have a panel that measures 8 1/4 by 9 3/4. It is scored at 3 1/4 and 6 1/2. But when you try to fold it, it's a little bit tight. So I recommend cutting off about 1/8 of an inch from the right hand side, and that way when you try fold it together where it overlaps in the center, it will close much easier, just like that. And now I'm going to bring in this new Slimline Cloudy Stencil and create some backgrounds. There are several backgrounds for this card. This is going to be the outermost panel, the panel you see when the card is closed. And because I am doing this card vertically, I can use the Slimline card this Slimline stencil by going around the stencil one time and not repeating any spots, because I can use multiple spots on the longer edges. But those longer edges are great for your horizontal Slimline cards as well. I'm doing this other panel because this is the one you're going to see when you open the front flap. This will be able to be seen there. Then when you flip it over, we have the entire inside that needs done as well. So there's the front panel, the middle panel, and the inside. So now you'll see me use this vertically, but you can see because this is just under 9 3/4 of an inch, I need to scoot my stencil down and do the edge. So you just want to be careful when you get to the end of the stencil that you're not like going over the edge, and that way you can easily line up the end of the stencil with where you just finished and repeat that cloudy line and make a continuous cloudy line, just like that. And I am using Tumbled Glass Distress Oxide ink. It's my favorite for skies, so I use it quite a bit. And here I am finishing out all the clouds for this inside panel, just kind of cleaning off my blending tool there at the bottom so it's not so stark white. Now I have this springtime stencil set. It has a tree in it. I'm very excited about that. It also has this grass stencil that has 4 different kinds of grass on it. These work for slimline cards as well as your pretty much any other size card. So here you can see I'm lining up this stencil with the edge of the fold, and I'm going to stencil on a tree. Can you see the tree trunk there? Oh my gosh, it's so cool. This is the Ground Espresso Distress Oxide ink, and if I go over this folded line, it's not that big of a deal because that middle panel is going to be glued down to my card base. So now I'm going to do a tree on the inside of the card. I'm actually going to do one on the left and one on the right to frame in my scene. So I'm still using that same Ground Espresso ink. I wanted the darkest brown I could do because I am stenciling over the clouds, which I tried to do with kind of a light hand this time. So I just cleaned the stencil off and flipped it over to do the tree trunk on that right hand side. Now this big piece on the stencil is to create the green top to your tree, and for that I'm using Rustic Wilderness ink and filling that in, and I'm going to try to go pretty heavy to cover up the clouds. You will be able to see it a little bit, but on a real tree you can see through the tree in the leaves and see the clouds. So here is where maybe you can see it a little bit on the inside, but you can also change the look of your tree just by the way you position this piece, and you'll see that here when I do the right hand side, it looks different than the one on the left just by how I positioned that big poofy treetop piece. And there's my 2 trees. And now we need to work on the ground. So, oh, first I made a smudge on this middle panel. So I'm going to show you some of the other parts of this stencil that you can use for, like I'm doing here, bringing in some greenery from the edge. And there are several pieces like this as well as some leaves that you can use. I am making sure to clean off my stencil and my glass mat as I go to not get any more smudges, and I did pretty good. Next, you can use this stencil to layer on your tree. So say I had done a lighter color for my tree base, I can go over the top of it with a darker color and create depth and dimension on the tree. And you can see it subtly there. I'm going to repeat that on one of the trees on the inside, and then it's time to move on to the grass. So again, because my panel for my trifold is longer than 9 inches, I will have to repeat this stencil. So just lining it up at the end to finish off that little bit of an edge. And another thing I really love about this particular grass stencil is that I can use it for slimline as well as A2 size cards or mini slimlines, and it has different kinds of grass. So I like to layer it like this. This time for this row, I'm using mowed lawn, and then I have 2 layers of grass, creating a lot of dimension. And look at this super cool stenciled scene. It's so awesome. I did the grass on the outside panel that is the front of the card as well. And now you can see what all the panels look like. Now I am bringing in that Hometown Parade stamp set. It's from the newest release, and the Circus Bear stamp set. I love these images. They are so much fun and festive and whimsical. I stamped a bunch of them. I used, I think, all but 2 of these images. I went ahead and colored these off screen to save some time, and I'm going to die cut them out with the coordinating dies. You can see all of them here. There's such cute images. And then here I'm going to show you all the Copic markers I use, so you can pause it here if you want to check that out. And then I'm going to position these onto my card to create my scene. I have put the little pig on the bike and he's holding a balloon. I have the mouse with a fishbowl on the back of his little cheese car, the hippo there, and the duck. It's just really cute to create a parade with them. And then you can see I put the bear on the bicycle on the front. And then I decided I did need this flag. So I'm going to color that with some pink markers, having it be darker on the edges and lighter in the center. And then I can stamp a sentiment on there. I didn't want the whole thing really dark because I wanted this sentiment to really stand out. And having a center highlight, I feel, really helps with that. So this happy birthday is from the Hometown Parade set. This set also works great for baby cards. There is a welcome little one in that set. So it's a versatile set you can use for a lot of things. It also has these music notes in it, and I thought for this parade they might be singing happy birthday. So I put the music notes, and then I stamped Let's Celebrate onto a pink piece of paper because actually I stamped it on the card and it seemed a little bit blurry to me. So it's time to cover that up. So I stamped it on a second piece of paper and stick it right over the top, just like that. And then I have a nice section here in the center of my card that a personalized sentiment can be added. So there is the card, and you can also see I put Let the Good Times Roll there at the top of this panel. That is from the Circus Bear stamp set with that bear on the bike. It's a really cute set that has just this bear on the bike and a couple sentiments. So it's a really cost-effective stamp set. Next, I am adding my trifold panel onto this scalloped piece that is from the Slimline series Scalloped die set, and that creates a great base for my card. Next, I'm bringing in one of my all-time favorite Trinity stamp sets, and that is Bunny Burrow, and I'm stamping out this little dragonfly. He could also be a firefly, but I'm going to use it as a dragonfly today, and I'm going to color them all the same with some blue and greens, and then I will have some fun little bugs flying in the air for my center panel on this card that I really wanted to just look like the sky with a bit of treetop, kind of a close-up of a tree scene, and I think they are really super cute. So after Copic coloring them, there is a coordinating die to cut them out, and then I can stick them to the inside panel of this card. So there's something cute on every panel. So this is a card you kind of have to plan out what you want to go on each panel. Now on this panel right here, you could put a gift card and a sentiment, and then continue your scene on the inside, or put the gift card on the inside. There's just a lot of space that you can do a lot of different things. So I love this trifold card. I've been wanting to make one for a long time. It's really easy to do, and you can use the slimline dies that you have, as well as a paper cutter and a score to make this. So I thank you so much for stopping by the Trinity Stamps channel. If you want more inspiration, we have new videos all the time. So feel free to subscribe if you haven't, and you can find us on Instagram and Facebook too. Thanks for watching and happy stamping. Bye!